Assalamu alaikum fam, hope you're doing well. So I want to talk to you today about something, and you need to hear me out on this because it's something that I've learned and I think it'll benefit you. So in the gang life, something that I learned was how people can weaponize your zeal for their own aims. And I'd argue that you need to make sure that your zeal is not becoming anyone else's weapon. Your zeal should be just for Allah, yourself, your goals, your family, and your major responsibilities. If you find yourself occupying your mind with things that don't necessarily concern you, that aren't going to add any benefit to your life, don't really involve you, you're really showing predators that you have a brain and a will that can be harnessed and put to use for something that doesn't even offer you your own benefit. And being in the gang life, you get to see all kinds of groomers, all kinds of shapers, and people who can harness you in a way that you didn't even realize was happening. So some people can be any age to weaponize you. They can have looks, they can have finances. There's a lot of ways people can harness your energy and keep you returning to depend upon them. And you have to watch out for that. So make sure that you are not doing anything where somebody can put you to work in a way that doesn't really benefit you. And so check that. Another thing I learned is that you need to avoid people who constantly run their mouth. Something that I've learned in my life that I'm very appreciative that even though Allah put me through tests and trials, if you keep running your mouth, you're asking for it. And you can tell a lot about someone's character, about how they act after the fact, what they do. What the heck is that? Oh, it says text the rich. Look at this. That's that communism. It's communism. So you have to make sure that you're not with people who can never shut up. They drag it on, they're milking it, they keep rehashing the same thing over there, keep stirring a pot. Because that trait can get you eliminated. You have to watch out. I knew people, man, you say one thing, minor passing, minor comment, they arrive. And they're willing to give you a full metal jacket into your cranium. So you have to really be careful of that habit. And if you're in a group and they keep going on and on and on and on and on, and it's like the same thing, it's like that momentum can get you dragged away very, very quickly. And you're going to keep talking and keep talking and keep talking and keep talking, and then somebody is going to lose their patience, and then things are going to get real raw and real, and then it's going to go outside of the digital sphere. You have to know when to pack your bags and go home, man. And just move on. You got to get better priorities. So you have to watch out for your friends. People you follow, people you hang out with, people you communicate with who want to keep rehashing and rehashing and rehashing and talking and talking and talking. Because that kind of shows that they don't really have a lot going on, and there might be kind of losers there. Because if someone's got time to kind of focus and repeat like a broken record, the same thing over and over, and just can't, keep it flowing, keep the train going, you have to examine, like, maybe you're not really in the best crowd, okay? Because somebody who's got something going on, they don't have time for, oh, okay, I gotta go gossip about this, I gotta go do that, I have to kind of rehash it and lick my wounds. No. Keep it flowing, keep it moving. It's time to move. Things gotta get done. And if things gotta get done and you got too many things going on, you ain't even got time to focus on that. If you got your salah, you have your family, you have your college, you have your job, you gotta watch out for that, and you gotta take care of it and maintain it. So if you're in the same group and every time you go there, it's always the same topic, and stirring the pot for the sake of the tribe, that's not gonna be substantial for you and your character progress, your development overall as a human being. And you have to think about the people who want to keep hearing the same thing over again, and who make it a part of their consciousness to kind of just keep on raving, you know? And if somebody can't move on, you know, after about a day or 2 days, let's keep talking, you're gonna be held accountable for that. So watch what kind of character trait you're getting. You really got to be careful of that. I'm telling you, this could save your life, because people pop off for any reason. And if you keep blabbing, you keep talking smack, you keep slandering, you keep pushing propaganda, conspiracy theories, stuffing words in people's mouth, twisting meanings, adding ulterior motives that might not even be part of the fact, this is how it's gonna go somewhere where you didn't even think it was gonna go. And you, as someone who follows someone like that, who hangs out with a group of people like that, and is around that type of consciousness, you might be led somewhere and end up and be like, I didn't even know I was gonna arrive here, and this is kind of dangerous, you know? And remember, if you're with somebody when something pops off, you will also not like that situation, okay? Birds who hang out in places where the cats hang out, you're gonna have some meals, you know, and you have to be more responsible. And you should get exhausted and kind of upset with yourself if you can't move on from something. If you drag it out, it kind of shows this weird little childishness and the name calling and other things like that. You're gonna keep going, and then someone's gonna be like, man, my ears are tired of hearing your voice. I'm tired of hearing it. If you don't be quiet, I'll make you be quiet. So watch out. Be careful, man. You really got to make sure that you got more going on in your life than existing in a certain bubble of nonsense. You got to push and have some goals in your life. You should be occupied, so much so that your brain doesn't even have the luxury to sit and spoon on nonsense. Okay, especially nonsense if it doesn't really matter in the end. Right? It doesn't affect how much your rent is. It doesn't affect if you can pay your bills. You gotta move on, and you gotta shut up. You know, you really gotta learn it before someone comes and does it themselves. So listen to me, young bucks. Some people can have patience and snap just a little bit, and they might let you pass, and that's a blessing. But there's gonna be someone who you say one thing, and it's that. And then maybe the next day you were supposed to have a job interview. You were supposed to go to, I don't know, a baby shower or something that you were going to do with your family, whatever it is. And then you screwed it up because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. And you brought drama into your family's lives because you couldn't stop running your mouth. So be careful, because when the consequences come for somebody and you're there with them, that's going to affect your family. And you got to be more responsible. And you got to be careful with what kind of character trait you're getting energy from. Okay? If you're getting excited with certain drama, you're getting like more and more fanatical. Like you're just obsessed. Like, oh, you just want to spew this and spew that. Or you're becoming super emotional. You got to watch out, man. You can't be this frail, emotional being who is a puppet of zeal for other people's agendas. Serve Allah, focus on your family, and stop crusading for personas. It's not going to be good for you, okay? And if you got that much time to crusade for others and to keep talking and keep running your mouth, you're a loser, and you got to work on your life. You can get another job, so you can get another wife, have another baby, invest in something, build something, go volunteer, do something to where you don't have the time to keep engaging in the circus. There's natural methods where you're like, it happened, okay, move on. But you keep getting around the same people, like every time you go to them, it's always the same thing. You gotta move on, man. You gotta have better priorities. So watch out for that, young ones. I'm telling you, people can give you bad habits of talking trash, and then it's gonna come back on you in a real world way. And people today, man, they're on edge. Some people, they're on edge, and they're just waiting for you to say something. And you may have think that, oh, I'm so used to talking trash and nothing's ever happens to me. No, you gotta really look at it. Is it worth it? Is it worth it for where it could go if I don't shut my mouth? Is it gonna be worth it, right? No, it's not. So move on and make sure that whatever group you're in, you are not engaging in activities that will give you something of danger in your real life. Because some people think that it can never happen to them, it can never be their turn on the guillotine, it can never be them next, but it can. And what you help fuel can burn you too. So just make sure that you're being more responsible with your behavior, and you're being a better role model and leading by example, and having some dignity to where you're like, okay, just leave it and just move on. So careful, fam. Be mindful of that.